Southeast Ohio. Cincinnati since my mom had. Now, they say it takes a village to raise a child, but I think our village is in need of a little renovation. So today, let's not just be architects of ideas, but let's grab some hard heads and start building a community where every child and family feels supported, one blueprint at a time. See, I was separated from my parents at the tender age of 3, placed into kinship at 5, and back into care at 10, along with 3 other siblings. Later, that same family adopted me at 12, but soon as the confetti hit the floor for my 18th birthday, my adopted folks booked out. During my time in the care, it seemed as like everyone knew what was best for me, except me. My voice and opinions were not valued, but often belittled and disregarded. I cannot understand how a system with a focus on family reunification provides little to no family support. I mean, I did not attend not one family or sibling therapy session. I was always by myself. No one taught us the importance of emotional intelligence and how to cope, function, and grow as a family or as siblings. I mean, I couldn't even call my loved ones once I got placed into care. And getting records and information on my siblings was like trying to get the Krabby Patty secret formula. I had little to no information about my family, why they couldn't get us back, and not even a medical history to take along with me during these awkward doctor visits who just want to manage my symptoms or drug me. To this day, I don't even know my younger siblings' names, locations, or if they're even alive. And this breaks my heart, considering how I felt when I was in care. The constant feeling of disconnect or not having no one to relate to. As a community, we need to do better with sibling and family connection and growth. Being with my family was unacceptable. However, being placed into a home of a widowed wife with 4 children still grieving, who now must share their only parent with 4 new children. No strong male support in sight. I mean, I could have told them that wasn't gonna work, and it didn't. I mean, I got into an altercation the first night with one of her daughters because she didn't want to share her room. It was times where I'd rather sleep with the roaches than to be constantly reminded of how I was not a part of their family and I was just that foster child constantly blamed for stealing love, time, and money. Sibling connection and family connection should be mandatory if the child and guardian agrees and safe. Overall, a better pipeline needs to be created for youth who's experienced foster care to ensure they are still supported throughout their entire life. I don't think no one in here completely disregarded their teen or young adult when things started to get a little hard. It is upsetting to constantly get turned down by organization after organization, program after program for basic necessities such as food, housing, water, shelter, and clothing. These same organizations and programs with the mission and values to help and serve all family, foster youth, and family. I was denied housing help and had to be homeless because I didn't emancipate. I am now $50K plus in student loan debts because I didn't meet a qualification. Not a meal plan, food stamp, transportation, or laptop for school wasn't provided because I didn't meet a certain criteria. In the words of the wise, we do not deal and struggle with circumstance. We deal and struggle with people. There is a person behind every policy, every rule, and every regulation. So let's not stay oblivious to the fact that we need system reform. And let's do that by including youth and family voices to help better curate ideal programs to serve all. I had little to no support during my journey into adulthood. All because my adopted family didn't choose to stick with me. I should have been able to attend any school of my choice as long as I had the grades and attitude to do so. If it wasn't for key programs like HIMI and YAB and my mentor who still sticks by my side today, I don't think I would even be sitting here today with you all with the accomplishments that I had. We need to get rid of these harsh stipulations depriving our youth and families of successful outcomes. Let's focus on the programs that we already have and strengthen them. We all know you cannot pour from an empty cup, and no one in here has been human mastered. We all come from different environments, and we will forever have different perspectives because of that. Overall, we need better representation, stronger support services, and a platform for youth and families, because at the end of the day, we are those babies and toddlers that made it past 1. We are those people, and we are the direct outcomes of the decisions you all make, and by learning from these past outcomes, we can pave a better future. The time to act is now. Change creates change. We have 88 different counties doing things 88 different ways. Can we all just take one thing from each county that works so we can come up with a system that we all collectively can share? Some programs that I feel like really work for me is HIMI, which is no longer, active as I mentioned. This program provided me with the same resources that I was getting denied for. They provided me with a scholarship each year. They provided me with a work study for when I was at the University of Cincinnati, and just all the necessities that I needed in order to grow and change. And the most important they provided me was my mentor, Kathy. I love her. She supports me to this day. I can't wait to show her this. And of course, I have to give a shout out to YAB because it gives us that platform so we're able to speak to you all and we're able to let you all know, the outcomes of the programs that you all are creating. Now, what didn't work for me, of course, is the safety net. The safety net what comes with the transition for us, whether it's, in preschool, whether we need help with IEPs or whether we need help with certain disabilities. There is no safety net or transition that we're able to utilize. Even with my fellow panel members, how they speak about their stories, it's like, once you get past a certain criteria or stipulation, all your help goes out the window. Everything just completely shuts off. You get a new job, as soon as you start, they're like, no more food stamps, no more help. You can do it on your own. We ain't even got a paycheck yet. We still have to go to work and work in the hole before we even get paid yet. Not to mention school. When I graduated from high school, top 10% of my class, as I mentioned, I should have been able to go to any college that I want. There is no pipeline set in place for us when we need to go to secondary education, or even if we want to choose entrepreneurship. It's like they only want you to go work with somebody else. And I feel like better stipulations for transition should be put in place, even when it comes to medical. I'm sorry, that's the last one I want to touch on. I did not know how to go get a primary care provider. I did not have a dentist. Nobody knew my family history. I didn't know anything. So better pipelines need to be created, especially when we have a clinic dedicated to foster youth. It should be a better pipeline for transitioning.